What's good, y'all? It's your boy AOP's here, coming back at y'all with another video, and this time, I'm bored. Truly, I'm bored to the point that I decided to get my Shinobi fix in through doing the PVE that was in the game since launch. Honestly, I be forgetting it's there most of the time because after you complete it, there's no reason to go back to it. And honestly, the PvE was so bare bones compared to other anime creator video games where your character is in the cutscenes. From memory, I could think of is like Xenoverse 2, the Jump Force, just so many different anime video games that allow you to have your character in the cutscenes, or for the most part, actually have cutscenes in the game. Maybe I should start with that. Shinobi does have its flaws, and I would say the biggest flaw that everybody has learned to accept, and me included, is that the PvE is just ass. Excuse my language. But in all honesty, it is very much lacking. And so what I would like to do is not just name the problem, but the solution. And so I feel like a solution for this type of issue is adding the current maps that are currently in the game that they added for PvP. They can add some more missions around these certain maps. And hey, who knows? A lot of these PvE maps that we have currently have a little bit more area to them. Maybe for some of these PvE maps, they can expand these little areas just so you have more area to explore. You have more use for these summon animals that they have recently added. I'm just saying that there's a lot of things that they can do to implement into PvE that they already have in the game so far to enrich the experience. So that's just one thing, but I think that they should add different bosses because currently we have three-tailed beast, I think two Susanos or just one Susano, and let me see, I forgot, two snakes, and I forgot two toads. I know it's so hard to remember. I know it's I'm recording, I could probably go back and edit. I'm not going to, by the way, but I just don't have the memory for it because it's been so long since the last time I played PvE because there's no need to go back. But I feel as though if they add the rest of the tail beasts, they already added the tail beast pack for the jutsus and stuff, so they have the assets already in the game. I feel as though they just need to start adding the jutsus and adding gimmicks to these tail beasts. That's content that's just ready to be made. That's money sitting there, and it's not even it has to come with a lot of work along with it because the assets already being in the game. You just have to do the thinking of what does this character do for it to become a challenging fight for the character. And then you already have the generic tail beast bombs from the other tail beasts. I don't want to dive too deep into it because I want to make sure this is short. But there is things that they could do for the tail beasts, for the bosses to add into the game. There's other big animals that they can add into the game. Honestly, if they really wanted to for bosses, they can add pre-made characters, the pain or something, and then give them the scale of the Hidden Leaf Village attack arc or something like that. Another thing that they can do is probably just add them cutscenes into the game to make you feel more invested into the story. What is the actual story? Oh, the VR ninjutsu arena that you could train at, and then you have the Ninja World League. There is no definitive story. You talk to Konohamaru, they talk hey, there's this mission that we need you to do that you should probably complete, and then it's a check mark above people's heads. It's there's no cohesive story, there's no dialogue. In this day and age, even in the time that it released in 2018, Shinobi's story, gameplay, everything was very much lacking for the times that it came in. That being said, they very much polished that game system for the PvP, but not the PvE. So I feel as though with this maintenance, I've had my attention turned back to the PvE because even though I'm bashing on it and talking about what it needs to improve upon, there are moments where you look at the PvP or you're playing the PvP and you feel like that ninja that you created all the way. Oh wow, I'm really shitting on everything that's walking my way. I feel like I'm Minato in the third Ninja World arc. You feel me? So I just feel as though that would be a great, I don't know, direction to go in for Solil takes it serious, because honestly, for the casual player, PvP can seem like a lot, especially against like, you know, higher level opponents. And with the matchmaking what it is right now, you're going against higher level opponents, and it does its own way of trying to balance it out by trying to give somebody else on your team, like, you know, that's a higher level to balance it out, but it doesn't really work out too well. So I feel as though having a PvE alternative instead of the PvP for you to live out your ninja fantasy would be good. Like, for example, my girl does not like PvP. My fiance does not love that shit at all. But when it comes down to PvE, she's like me. She likes beating people up and feeling like she's the best of the best. I feel like I've said enough already, but I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace out.